Hello and welcome, as it is the 25th of December, Christmas Day 2018. My name is Derek. Welcome to the Money Charts channel. A little afternoon. I hope you're having a very festive day. And I made a day trade, and it's only because situational. I really do not like making transfers of 50,000 Satoshi, even 10, 12,000 equivalent Satoshi. And I need Bitcoin. But I was looking earlier throughout the day. I mean, in here. Oh, do I make a day trade? I was waiting in here. Oh, it didn't hold. So what I want to do is buy Litecoin, transfer it to where I need the Bitcoin. It's going to take a good 15, 20 minutes. So yeah, 20 minutes later, hopefully this thing will work out because I entered in right in here. Sending transfer fee of 0.001 Litecoin. So this is like 800 Satoshi, very low. So we'll see if this trade works out to be a profit. The last 3 or 4 times I've done this, it's been profitable 100. Well, every time. Once was for a good 1.5, 1.75% move, and even sometimes I'm just taking like a 0.4% move because literally, if I see it's quickly like 10 minutes later it's here, it's like yeah, I'll just make the sale and take the Bitcoin from there. In comparing this exchange to the Binance or the Poloniex one, first off, I'm going to go like this, show the line. I mean, this and the way it's lifting off now. This to me looks as if that it's ready to get going, and that's of course amongst its short-term time frame. Maybe hit some of this empty space in here, and maybe get good for about a 1% move, 1 minute time frame. What more do you expect? But on Poloniex, which is actually pretty easy to get the better price of the bid ask on coins like this, on places like this in Bittrex. That's see, it trades. I mean, it's going to trade in the same harmony, but as I move to different periods, the candles will start to look a little bit better. 5 minute time frame, it's been down for most of the day. So here I think it can make a move up to this area at least. 15 minute, the candle should start to get a better form. Still, you can see how there's these, the color paint, it doesn't look the greatest because of the fact of the differential of some of the bid and ask prices. Right now having this correctionary move on the 18 on this one, single hour time frame. Now we're starting to get the harmony look together, and we're seeing a second test of this area come down to this low in here on Christmas Eve up to the level of resistance, stays within it. Now the leg lower. So therefore this thing could very easily be resisting this point, come lower. See the break below here. Well, what do we see on the 4 hour time frame? Well, we're seeing the reminiscence of a double top formation coming down here. You have a move from low to point high. You establish a good price correction. You have a rally in or around previous high, and then you come back to previous low. So basically two reverse U or V shape formations, and it's an area of support. It could easily go down there and hold as well, but it would just mean that, well, after this next level, you're talking about a decent leg lower there after that. In the daily term time frame, still working within this correctionary move. So we can see in here the must hold area. Well, the 18 average of lows rising very steadily right now because of the great runs, and only one leg lower and a small retracement at that for considering where the low is. So this 18 is rising nicely, holding amongst here, but really completing anything on the inverted head and shoulders pattern. So the 733 handle to me is the absolute, the must hold and stay below area that I'd be looking at. Weekly term time frame. And let's look at this interestingly from movements of end of the year, because I find it, I'm not going to say fascinating, but the harmony of the coins. Because as the year started off last year, these altcoins had a great rally December into the year, but it's been nothing but a bear market pretty much since end of January, early February for the whole year. Litecoin, of course, no exception amongst the play as well. In the year 2017, and I'm just going to scroll back some more, we can ignore that these wicks. But in 2017, the markets were generally all going down like this. And I think 2016 is very similar to 2018 and a lot of its movements. So back in here, I mean, how could you be so optimistic about the fact that, oh, as if this is down so much, time to panic and sell? And well, long story short, it seems that even in 2016, Litecoin definitely not included, that a lot of the altcoins actually had decent sized moves at that point. So NXT, we'll take a look at Dash is good. I want to go back to Litecoin again. Maybe we'll go to the US dollar cross after this, but quickly next to NXT because I got some nice lines in there, but throwing those aside, we can see here on January of well, let's go 2016 here, how it started off the year with, I mean, it was like equivalency to the April Fool's rally, but then it had a good rally into the year, selling off, but end of the year, start of the year, down all year like it was this year. And then it did have a curve over. So this has been a decent size length amongst, of course, its decline. Dash, I think, had more of a prototypical one. And we can see the end of the year here in 2014 has a rally. And then the end of the year in 2015 again for Dash starts with a rally. 2016 end of the year starts with a rally, and then 2017 end of the year, well, it was trading amongst its highs. And I mean, it had a chance to break this out. So even going back to Dash in here, I mean, when you look back after the fact, last Christmas, you're like, I mean, this thing could, if this goes off, there could be one more spectacular leg higher. Of course, it didn't break resistance and it had a move to the downside. But like so many of these other years, when you look at what preceded every point in December 2016, big leg lower, and of course, same with all the previous years as well. So I'll be interested to see if any type of harmony of seasons continue on through 2019. And I'm going to finish this off within the US dollar crossing on Litecoin. If I was to guess the most approximate spot to where I think this would bottom, it would probably be, if it's not now, somewhere around here. I would be thinking in the $16 range. When I do Fibonacci analysis, you either do key lows or key breakout points, and of course key breakout points are always going to be key lows as well. That's about 3.5 in this range in here. And this was a high at 370. 38.2% down was the 64-ish or so area. And a little over 20 is the level of the 61.8% down Fibonacci for, we got $62.37 and $20.76 as the number. So as it slides, it's a noticeable pierce above the 20 and change level, with this high coming in right now at 22. But I wouldn't be surprised that the market is, and I like to call this term, the bottom is near. It's stating that if there's another leg lower, I wouldn't be surprised if it's the final leg lower. What would be ideal, and I'm only looking at the Poloniex volume, so this is definitely not the case for volume because it was much more of a popular trading site back in 2017 as it is today. But the overall Litecoin volume, especially if you can take a look at that, if you can see some sort of move that would bring it down towards here, like a washout type basis, and oftentimes you're going to end those on a V-shaped formation, and you're going to come up with a lot of capitulation situations where you may see this fall to like maybe 16.45 at its low, yet 20 minutes before then it was $18 and it fell that fast. And then maybe 4 minutes after it goes to say 16.50, it's like 17.90. 2 hours after that, it's like 20. And then a day and a half after that, it's back to 34. And then maybe even like a week or two later, it could be 50. And that might be pushing a little bit, but maybe not, given historically what these cryptocurrencies have done when they are ready to have their moves. But that's what I mean when I say I think the bottom is near within the market. So I'll finish this off talking about some psychology, because there's another YouTube vlogger, JSnip4. I never ever thought that he would sell his Litecoin, and I have no idea exactly what it is into, whether it's that of Bitcoin, US dollar, a vehicle of some sort, or if he put it into that of Bitcoin Cash, as he's been mentioning a play on that, which has outperformed all the other major cryptocurrencies thus far. Obviously, if that's the case, that's been the best play. And I'm not too sure what his target is, but I go on the mathematics. I look at the 62, and maybe that's the same thing, but 62 and a third, roughly around here, we can see it was its consolidation area that it had. So when Fibonacci's levels say it's going to stop going down or up, and in a downtrend stop going down, then that's what it did. And now the question here is, will the same thing happen on the 20 number? And normally they pierce extra, so 62 pierced down to like 50. And if we're going to break this low, generally speaking, you got to think you're going to at least go here as it is. And I'm highlighting like 16, 17 within that point. Now, this could be the bottom where maybe we don't even come back to this level, or we do and it holds. And if there becomes a, what's this, the weekly chart? If the next couple weeks come by, if the price action comes up to like, it could very easily come up to 43, have a play to the 18 average of highs. This would start to flatten out. And then maybe we might end up finding support short term at 30 or 31. The 18 average will be trading amongst in here. Next thing you know, it has a break above here. And we're talking about, oh, we're at 74 now. And then you'd be doing this. 18 would start to rise. That could still become the possibility. I have no idea either way what the situation is. Rather, that if a leg lower comes here, price action would have to be a conservative leg lower is this general area here, which is a pierce below that 20 and change number. And again, they usually pierce extra. And the probabilities that you see those key support on that 61.8 is really good. And I've seen several times where 61% down or even up on the polar reverse opposite is key amazing support, when the other one either had a situation where it corrected through time like this, or it just continued to go straight down. And just because you're at a 61 or whatever key support level doesn't mean, oh, it's going to work. It just means more times than not, it has had good success and very good bounces in the opposite direction from them. And that when they are not key support levels, then you're going to have a fast move to the probable next level. And the next level on that would be $10 as the 23.6, which would be 76.4 down. That would that point be. So I'd have a major level here and then a major level down here as the next key points. But given that the sale was in, and I've seen all the comments, and you look at the stages of even the market stages where on the way up, no one was talking about, oh, I mean, Litecoin's going to be over soon, it's a great profit time, or even bullishly or bearishly, it's a good time to sell because of the fact that on a bullish level, maybe we'll come down to 60 or 20 and then go back higher. And you're back then realistically sarcastic saying 20 because the wild moves. And when you have a point A low and a point B high and a 61 fib correction, that's 20 bucks. So people weren't saying that, and that's normal on that high levels. And then in the downtrends, oh yeah, well, this is just your normal correction. Yeah, things are still fine. You have to huddle in there and everything. And now when you hear this sell, when I've heard that market psychology just on the random spot, that brings those bells in your head thinking, yeah, that's more psychological reasons why the bottom is near. Of course, I would rather prefer to go on the mathematical level and with the other key Fibonacci levels like the $3,000 Bitcoin, the 98 million or billion dollar rather market cap of the cryptos. Those key levels were all at those major approach levels. And I don't even want to play much in the seasonality. Like everything goes down at the end of the year and like this, and then they go up at the start of the year. If you want to get technical, I'm going to go back to the cross. Let's just do a random chart because everything went up last year. And that would be Litecoin. So it went up in December. Basically, roughly around the end of the year, it goes down. Roughly at the start of the year, it goes up. Last time here, it was significantly early in its move up, as it went up in December rather than that of January or February. And then, of course, went what ended up being the rest of the year down. So early in the year-ish type frame, after the markets have been down, historically markets have been good, but historically has a very low sample size of only 2 or 3 years going back as we're looking at it. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.